Good morning everyone, I am Radhika. Today we are going to discuss about formatting documents. This is one of the lesson in our data entry operations senior secondary subject. As you might be knowing that in the previous session we have learnt about how to create a document, how to do the basic content, how you can enter the text, how you can save the document, how you can protect the document and all. In today's session, we will discuss about how to do the basic formatting. In this, when I say formatting, it includes character formatting and paragraph formatting and also page formatting. So, the character formatting, you might have seen the documents where if they want to emphasize some content, they used to make it bold. Even the title of the document should be put it in a bigger font compared to the rest of the content. And if they want to give the attention of the reader, they used to make it or they used to convert or they used to make the content in italic, or they may put underline or some of the effects they will apply to the particular text, so that you will get an attention to the particular word or particular text. Or you might have seen the newspaper and some of the magazines where they will put the informations in different columns. So, in today's session we will discuss about how you can make a beautiful document, and also we will discuss about how you can enter the information in different columns. Even in the brochures, if you have seen, they used to put the informations in uniform way, and there are different pages will be there, different sections will be there. So, the sections used to have the proper information. So, you can make anything by using the word process software. In today's session, we will use Microsoft Word 2007. So, you will get an idea how you can create a beautiful document, how you can do the basic formatting of your content. So, let us begin our today's session. The objective of our today's session is we will do basic formatting, and we will use spelling and grammar features, and we will change the character and paragraph formats, and we will use page formatting, and we will create bulleted and number list. When I started to work with text, what I will do, I will insert the text and I will try to add space bar and tabs to the content. And if when you are working on some of the text, what you used to do, you may have to delete some portion of the text, or sometime you may have to replace one word with another, one sentence with another sentence. And also we do the basic formatting. In the previous session, you know how to open the Microsoft Word 2007 software. The same way, you have to use start button. Then once you have clicked start button, you have to choose all programs. From the all programs, you have to choose Microsoft Office. Then you have to choose the Microsoft Word. Whatever the version you are having, you can try that same thing. So, even if you have the recent software, you don't have to worry. The interface will be having the similar features. Only it will be having the additional features. So, you don't have to worry about that. I am not having the same version. You can use any version you are having. For inserting the text in your document, you can use the keyboard, and there are alphanumerical keys are available on your keyboards. You can start to type your keys. Whatever the key you are typing, that key will be presented on your screen. So, whatever information you want to add, you want to send it with others, so that information you can put it. So, why we are having Word document? Because when I am having a document, I can modify any number of time. I can change the content any number of time. I can delete the content. If I want to share it with others, I can do it. I can send a mail to others. I can use my pen drive and I can copy my content, and I can store or show it to others by placing the same pen drive in their system. So, I can use n number of times the same document. So, we can use the feature of Microsoft Word, or if you have other software also, you can try to create document, and you can start to enter the information what you want to enter. So, the main session today we are going to give it for the senior secondary learners. So, I am giving the basic information also plus advanced information what you can do about formatting, that also I will be giving you here. So, when I started to insert the text, in between some words I may have to give a space. So, I can use space bar for that. If I want to give more space in between the words, then I can press tab key. For deleting the content, sometime it used to happen that I make typographical mistakes in my document, or there might be wrong information which was entered by mistake or something. If I want to delete, there are two ways. I can use backspace key. If I use backspace key, my content will be deleted from the left of the cursor. Then I can, if I want to delete the content from the left of the cursor, then I can use backspace key. I can also use delete key. The delete key will delete the content right side of the cursor. So we can use any one of the keys, or suppose you know the particular word is wrong, you can select the particular word and you can press delete key. For replacing the text, Word is having a feature like find and replace. Whenever I want to replace one particular word with another word, I can simply select the word and use delete operation, and I can enter the information. But sometime I may have to replace the same word which is available in the whole document. Suppose it is, I can take an example. Suppose a format word is present in my document 10 times. So what I can do, I can just go and search the particular word and I can replace manually. That is also one way, but you can use the find and replace feature. If I use find and replace feature, you can type the word which you want to search in your document. Suppose the format word which I want to search in my document, I can use find and replace, or I can use Control F, then the find dialog box will appear. In that I can enter the information, what word which I want to find. I want to find the word format. So I have to click in that particular find box, format. Then if I want to replace that word with another word, I can use Control plus H key. That key will, this is the shortcut key for the find and replace. The find and replace dialog box will appear here. So here I have to give the information, find what in that particular place, I have to give format word. Then in the replace with tab, I have to give the word which I want to give. Suppose the format word I want to replace it with formatting or any other word. In the replace box, I have to type that particular information. Then I can click replace option will be there. So I can click that button. That will, if I click replace, only the particular place or the cursor where it is present in that particular place, the content will be replaced with the new word. But there is another button, that is replace all. If I click that button, all the format word will be replaced with formatting word in the particular document. At the end of the session, I will give you the demonstrations. In that, you will come to know how this dialog box is coming up and how I'm changing the information from one particular word. How I'm replacing, how we can do it practically. That you will come to know after a few minutes. I will be showing the demonstration. Next, for selecting or highlighting the particular text, we can use mouse. For selecting the whole word, we can double click within the particular word. If you select the, if you do the double click within the particular word, the whole word will be selected. For selecting the whole paragraph, we have to do the triple click within the particular paragraph. For selecting the several words or lines, we can use mouse. If you just drag over the particular words, then those words will be selected. Or you can use shift key, and also you can use right arrow key, left arrow key, depends upon the place where your cursor is there. If you use both the shift key and arrow keys, the content will be selected. For selecting the whole document, that is the entire document, if you want to select, then you can use edit, select all, or you can use Control key plus A key. Together I have to press both the keys. I have to hold down the Control key, then I have to press A key. So once I pressed both the keys, my entire document will be selected. For deselecting the text, we can click anywhere outside of the particular selection or the page, so that my content will be deselected. When I say formatting a text, it means that I am going to do the character formatting. If the character formatting, if I say that it includes changing the font face, that suppose I'm used Times New Roman or some font, I can replace that particular font with Arial or Arial Black or any other style or any other font face which is available or which I liked. So that I can do it. I can change the size of my font. For the presentation I have used some font size. So if in my document I can use, if I want to set it with 10 size, I can make it 10, or if I want 20 size, I can make it. For a heading, if I want 25 size or something, I can change my size. And font style, here I can apply bold, italic, underline, or bold, italic, both, or bold, italic, underline, or any other effects which I want to give, I can do it. And when I have entered some content, I have to do the alignment of my content. So here in the slide also I have used left alignment, so all my bullet points are aligned in the left side. So you can do the alignment of your text by left, right, center, and justify. So there are 4 alignments, so I can use any one of them, depends upon the need of my content. And also I can use increase or decrease indent. This increase or decrease indent option I will use when I have to say some information in the section. Suppose I am having one section of the information, in that some of the points I want to highlight, or I want to give some information about the particular subheading. So what I can do, I can use the indent, so that my content will be indented to some some margin. So here suppose if I increase my indent, then it will keep on go into the other direction. If I decrease my indent, my content will come near to the particular left margin. And also I can use borders to my content, and if I want to highlight the text, I can highlight. Some of the learners used to have the habit of highlighting some heading in their copy or notebook. So in the same way, in your document also, you can highlight some portion of the text to give the attention to the reader. So you can highlight your text, and you can highlight your the paragraph or content, or if you want to change the color of your text, that also you can do. Here I have used black color in my slides. In your document, if you want to change your text color in blue, green, or anything, you can just select the text and you can choose the color of your text. If you change the color, then it will be immediately applied to your text. So we will be doing the demo also after a few minutes. And there is one more handy feature, that is Format Painter. This is one of the great option which is available here in the word processing software. You can use Format Painter whenever you want to copy the formatting, not the content. Suppose I have entered some information, in that I have applied some of the effects, like I have aligned my content in the left, I have applied bold, and I also used some text color, and also I have used the background color for my text. So what the same formatting, if I want to apply to some other part of my text, then I can use Format Painter feature. For that, what we have to do, we have to place the cursor within the particular text which formatting we want to copy. So that place we have to keep our cursor. Then we have to click the Format Painter. Then we have to highlight the text where you want to copy the formatting. If you want to do the same formatting, if you want to apply it in the multiple sections, what you have to do, you have to double click the Format Painter. Once you click the once you do the double click, the Format Painter icon will appear. So wherever you want to do the formatting, you can just keep on select the particular text, a particular paragraph. So that same formatting will be applied to the content. So this is about Format Painter. Next we are going to discuss about formatting paragraph. We can apart from the character formatting, we can also do formatting of our paragraph. We can make the alignment of our paragraph. We can give the indentation, that is left and right indentation, and proper spacing in between the line and after the lines, and also before the paragraph and after the paragraph, whatever the space you want to give, that those information you can set it by formatting the paragraph. The best thing is in doing the formatting paragraph is that whenever you do any changes in the alignment or giving the spaces or indentation, you will be able to see the preview of that. So here you in the there is a box preview, so you will be able to see in the dialog box it is showing about the preview. So you can see how your content will be appear in your documents. So let's go let's do the demo. Now I'm having one document with me, so I will show you that how whatever we have learned till now, so how we can apply those effects or something in this particular document. See here, here this lesson is written as lesson 00. The title is also placed in the left side, and the contents are aligned in this way. So there are some pictures also there, but the pictures are placed in center. So I want it in center only. So here in the first page, I want to do some changes. Here it is the lesson 00 is present. I want to make that lesson number 1. So I want to place lesson number 1, and since this is the first content about the particular lesson, I want to apply bold. So what I can do, I have to click the home tab. In the home tab there is a a font section is there. So here I have to click bold. You can see the shortcut key also. It shows Control plus B. If I press both these keys together, I can apply bold effect. So I can click bold. So my content is bold. If I want to apply italic, I can press this icon. If I do underline, if I want to do this, I can press underline option. So I have applied bold and underline. And since this is the heading, I want to place it in the middle of the content. So this is about paragraph subtask menu. Here I am having left alignment, right alignment, center alignment, right alignment and justify alignment. I want to place my content in center. So I am clicking the center alignment. See, my content has been placed in the center. So this is the title of my lesson. So that same way I want to apply the effects. I want to make it bold. So only I have to select the particular text and I will apply bold. Then I want to place it in the middle, and I also want my heading in full caps. So for that we can do change keys. There are other ways also. You can simply delete and retype the content in full caps, but the easier method is that you can use the change case. Here there are different cases are there. This one is sentence case. As we know that sentence case, if you use, the first letter of the sentence will be in capital, rest of the content will be in smaller case. If you want all the content in lower case, you can use lower case. If I want to make my content in uppercase, that is capital alphabets, I have to use uppercase. The other options like are capitalize each word. This will make the first letter of each word in capital. The toggle case will do the reverse of whatever is present. If the contents are present in lower, it will do upper. If the contents are present in uppercase, it will do the lower case. I want to place my content in uppercase, so I am doing the uppercase option. So here my title has been made it in full caps. Here this is the introduction about the particular topics. I want to give the heading as introduction. The introduction heading will be for this particular paragraph. This text size is, I feel like it is little bit small, so I want to increase. So for that I can, this is the font name. Here I can click any of the font name. If I click any of the font name, the text will also be changed to the particular font face which I have chosen. If I want to change the size of my text, I can click this font size. I can choose any one. Since this is the subheading of my lesson, I want to place it in little smaller font, 11. And I can also use this grow font icon. If I want to increase, I can press this. If I want to decrease the font size, I can use shrink font icon. So my content will be shrinked. So this is about how we can do the character formatting. We learned about how to do the bold, italic, underline, how to change the font name, how to change the font size, how to increase or decrease the font size also we discussed. Next, if I want to clear the formatting, I can click this particular icon. If I click this, all the formatting will be gone. So since I have selected only the introduction word, so whatever the effects which I have done, those will be gone. If I wanted to get it back, I can do undo. So my character formatting or whatever the formatting which I have done for the particular word, that I got it back. So this is about how to do the basic character formatting. If I want to do more options, what I can do, I can click this dialog box launcher, font dialog box launcher. So if I click, I will get the whole font dialog box. I hope you are able to see my screen clearly. Here this font dialog box contained about the same information plus some additional information also will be there. So we can change the font name here also, we can apply the font style, bold, italic, underline, everything will be there. So font size we can change. Then font style again we can do here, and the font color also we can apply it from here. So we can change the font colors. By clicking any of the color, the content will be changed as per the style. And for underline, if you want to apply some styles, then we can do like if you want to put an underline like this, dash dash or something like that, if you want in this particular way, that style will be applied. If I don't want, I can press none. And if I want to apply the effects like strike through, double strike through, superscript, subscript, shadow, outline, emboss, engrave, small caps, all caps, hidden. So these are the other effects which we are having apart from whatever we saw in the toolbar. So if you want any other changes to be applied to your content, then you can go for this. And there is a space, character spacing is also there. If you want, you can give expanded condensed spacing. If you want to push in the raised or lowered portion, then you can click this particular options. If I don't want any changes, I have to click cancel. If I want to apply some of the changes which I have selected, I have to click OK. So I am cancelling here. Next, we will discuss about paragraph formatting. When I say paragraph formatting, so this is a particular paragraph. I want to apply some of the effects here. If I want to do some of the alignment or some of the spacing in between the paragraph, or if I want to change the line space or something, then I can do it. So till now we discussed about character formatting, and we will be discussing more about paragraph formatting and page formatting. Before that, just want to give a recap about what we have learned. Today we discussed about what is formatting. In that we discussed about how to do the basic character formatting in our document. We also doing the demonstration in that how to apply the basic formatting in my content or something. So you will be learning more about how to do the basic character formatting and paragraph formatting. After a few minutes break, we will come and discuss about what is paragraph formatting, how to do the formatting of paragraph. Welcome back. Today we are discussing about formatting documents. In that we discussed about how to do the character formatting. Now we are going to discuss about paragraph formatting. So let's go do the demo also. So this is the document we were working. In that we have applied some of the character formatting for this particular heading and all. Now we will apply the styles to this particular paragraph. Suppose this paragraph, if you are writing in a document, or if you are planning to print this particular document, you just see here on the right side the contents are not aligned properly. On the left side, it's as per the margin, the contents are aligned. Here one space is there, so I am deleting. So now it is as per the left margin, the content are aligned, but here the right margins are not properly used and the contents are not as per the margin. So what I have to do, I have to apply some of the alignment. For changing the alignment, what I can do, I can click the left alignment. Since the contents are already left aligned, I don't want to put it in center, so I don't want to put it in right alignment. So I have to use the justify alignment here. If I use justify alignment, the content are aligned as per the left and right margin. So you just see the changes after applying the justify alignment. So once I click the justify alignment, the contents are aligned properly. Even if you see any of the magazine or if you see any newspaper content, the contents are aligned in the justify alignment, so that it will be easy for the person to get the feeling of reading the contents. If the contents are not properly aligned or something, then they will be lost interest in reading the particular document. So you have to, when you are printing or when you are going to publish some of the papers or documents, then you better you go for the justify alignment. Here this is also one of the headings, so I am going to apply the bold option. So bold style I have applied. Here if you see, the content has been written after studying this lesson, the learner will be able to. Then there are some of the points are written. But since these points are written in separate line, but if I want to apply or if I want to give some attraction, what I have to do, I have to put some bullets, I have to insert some bullets, otherwise it will be not noted, or if the contents are continuously placed, then it can be put it in in the same sentence, right? So it should be like this, or if it is point based, then I have to put it like this. Here I can insert some bullets, or if I want to give numbers, then I can give number 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. So I want to place some bullets here. So I can click the bullets and numbering option. In the Word, it is the one best thing is that you are having everything here. So you have to just use those options. You don't have to write a code or something. It is a very easy software. So you have to just click on the bullets. If you click the bullets, the bullets will be inserted on the particular text where you have selected. I have selected till this particular word, be alert for potential risk. So only for those sections the content has been bullet has been inserted here. So if I want to change the bullets to numbers, like numbers means I want to put it in sequential order 1, 2, 3 or something, then I have to use the numbering option. Here the different styles are there. I can use 1, 2, 3, or if I want to put capital ABC or in Roman number 1, 2, 3 or small ABC or other 1, 2, 3 or if you want to put it in small ABC but A, then the bracket of something is there. The other style of the numbering is that 1, then bracket is there. So if I want to put 1, 2, 3 like this, I can use this option. So once I have selected, the content has been changed accordingly. Here the bold option has been selected. If I want to deselect, I have to click the same button again. So the content has been placed properly. The same way, if I want to apply different styles, suppose in this particular paragraph, if I want to apply other styles, or I want to give some more space in between the line, I can use this line spacing option. So here 1.15 space has been used in between the lines. If I want to change it to 1.5, then I can do it. If I want to give more space, then I can go for that. If I want to decrease the space and I want to give only one space in between the line, then I can click the 1.0. So here you might have seen the difference. Earlier there are more space in between the lines. Now the space in between the lines are less. So we can reduce the space in between the lines by, or you can increase the line space by using this line spacing icon. Earlier we discussed about increase and decrease indentation. This is the icon for the particular indentation. If I want to decrease, then I have to click. If I want to increase the indent, I have to click. Here I want to increase the indent. So what it will happen, if I click this icon, the content will be moved on the right side. See, it has moved. So if I want to do more, if I want to give more space, I have to click again. So the content has been aligned more. If I want to decrease indent here, I will press this decrease indent button. The content came back to the normal position. So I am applying one increase indent. So it has been placed after the heading. So in your notebook, or when you are writing some project or something, you will give some heading, then you will give some space after the heading, then you started to write your content as per the margin. So in the same way, when you want to do the formatting in your document, you can do it. Suppose I want to apply or I want to highlight this portion of the text, especially this heading. If I want to give, I can change it. I can give the highlight option. There are different colors are available. So I am giving this green. I am choosing this green color. So the content will be highlighted in green color. If I want to apply a different text color, I have to click the text color icon is there. So I have to click this and I can choose the option which I liked. So I am choosing red. So I am also applying bold so that you will be able to see the effect. See here the content, the text color also we have changed. Here we highlighted the text. Suppose I want to fill some color for this particular paragraph, I can use this shading icon. So here whatever color I am applying, that will be applied to this particular section. So the portion of the text where I have applied the shading, the part will be applied. So we discussed about how to align the paragraph, and also we discussed about how to insert bullets and how to change from bullets to number or number to bullets, that you can do it from here. Then we also discussed about how to decrease the indent and increase the indent, and how to change the spacing between the paragraph, and how to do the shadow of the content. So now if I want to do more formatting of my paragraph, I have to click the paragraph launcher. So you can see there is a small arrow here. If you click this, then the paragraph dialog box will appear. So here you can do the other options, like here you can change the alignment of your paragraph. There are options are like left, center, right and justified. And outline level, we can choose the different outline levels are there 1 to 9, and we can apply those. And if we want to give the indentation for the left and right margins, I can change. So here it is 0 is there. So if I want to increase, or if I want to give the right indentation also, I can give. And this is about the spacing before the paragraph and after the paragraph. By default, if you select auto, the automatically whatever space has been set, those space will be given. If you want to change, you can do it by clicking the up arrow or down arrow. So if I want to change it from 6 point, then I can do it. In earlier also we discussed about line spacing. You can do the line spacing here as well. So here the options are like single, line, 1.5, double, at least, exactly, multiple. So these line spaces are there. So you can choose any one, whichever you want for the particular paragraph. And there is a preview also there. So you can see whatever the change you are applying, so that will be shown here. So if I want to give 1.5, then the spaces are more. So I can do that. And if I want the default option to be there, so I can click the default button. So if once I have done the changes, I have to click OK. So the effect changes will be applied to the particular paragraph which I have chosen. So this is about how to do the basic paragraph formatting. In the documents, since there are not any mistake is there, so if I want to make some mistakes here, I've deleted few one of the key. So once I have put deleted some keys, so it's showing the red baby lines. It means that there is some mistake in this particular document. So if there is any typographical error, then it will show you the red baby line. So what you can do, once you are working on some document, you always do the spelling and grammar check of your document so that your document will be error free. So for doing the spelling and grammar check, I can press F7 key. Once you press F7, it will check the spelling and grammar check of the entire document. It shows that the word is not it's not right. The suggested word is showing that security. So what I can do, I can accept. If I click change option, then whatever the suggestion will be given by the Microsoft Office will be applied to the particular content. Or I can ignore the options, ignore the suggestions given by the Microsoft Word. So, since this is the one word which is misspelled, so it's showing the options for the particular word, and it's having only one option. If if there is the same mistake there in many places, so we can click ignore all. If you don't want to accept the suggestion, if you want to accept the suggestion, then you have to click the change all option. So here I am accepting the change, so I am clicking the change options. Once I click change, the suggestion given by the Microsoft Office, that is security, that word will be replaced there. So I am clicking the change option now. I am clicking the close button. See, the word has been written properly. So here it shows the green wavy line. So if I click on this particular option, it's showing that if there is any grammatical mistake, then it will show you in green wavy line. So if I right click the particular text, I have just used right click button. So it's showing that it is not is, it is are. So if I want to accept, then I can do, otherwise I can click ignore once. So if I click ignore once, it will not be given anymore. So the error will be removed from the system. So it will not show you the same error again in your particular document. So this is about spelling and grammar feature. So we can also do the page formatting. For doing the page formatting, we can go for the page layout. In that we can choose the way how our page has to be aligned. Suppose I am choosing the option of landscape. So here it is portrait is selected, so my document is written in this way. So if I chosen the landscape, my content will be placed in the width wise. So here the width is little bit more, but length of my document will be less. So you can go for portrait or landscape, whatever the way you are liking. And you can also change the margins. You can choose normal, or you can use wide, mirrored, narrow, moderate or something. Or if I want to change the size of my paper, I can choose this paper size. And earlier we discussed about we can place our content, 2 or 3 columns. Even if you have seen any magazine, or if you have worked in some of the brochures or something, you might have seen that the contents are placed in different columns. We can do that by choosing the columns option here. If you go to the page layout, in the page layout menu, if you see that after size there is a columns there. So if I have to first select the particular paragraph. I have selected this paragraph, then I am choosing the columns. I want to place the same content in 2 columns. So what happens that the contents are placed in 2 different columns. Now you might be remembering in the newspapers, they used to give a small clipping of the information. So whatever the information they want to put, they will give the heading to the particular news. Then they will give the brief information about the particular news. Then they will start to give the detailed information. So the content they will place it in the same column wise, and in between if they want to insert some pictures, then they will insert. We can also insert pictures to the content. Here we are already having those pictures. If you want to format this particular picture, or if you want to change some of the styles to the particular picture, you can do it. Here if I want to give a line color or line style or shadow, 3D format, 3D rotation, and the recolor of the picture and text box alignment or something if I want to do, I can go for that. For that we have to just right click the particular picture, then we have to choose the option format picture. Once you have chosen the format picture, it will be giving the options. So I am if I want to increase the brightness or if I want to recolor of that particular picture, then I can do that. Then I can also apply the line color if I need. If I want to apply line style also, I can do it. So I've just chosen the picture option. In that I have applied recoloring. So my picture's color has been changed. The same way we can do any changes to the particular document. And when you're formatting a document, obviously you should insert the header or footer information, because the header may have the same information throughout all the pages. So if I want to give header information, if I want to add footer also in my document, I have to click the insert tab, then I have to choose header. To add header, I will be choosing insert header. Then if I want to add footer, insert, then footer I have to click. So now I am showing that how to insert header in my document. So there are options for header. So the styles are there. So if I want to give the blank header, I can give. So here it's a header has been inserted. Here whatever information I want to enter, that information I want to type here. So I should type here about healthy and safety. So this title, I want to place it in all my pages. I will just put it in header, then I will come out from the particular header. So you can see the header has been placed in my first page. It's there in the other pages as well. So throughout my document, the same header will be placed. So even in the last page is having the header information. In the same way, if I want to insert footer, footer is the content which is placed at the end of the page. So I am just clicking the insert footer, then I am choosing the option, the blank. So here I am telling about my material. So I am telling that this is about health subject. So this information I want to place, I am putting it in the footer. Once you can also insert header. If you don't want, you can delete the header also. Once you have given the information, you have to click close header and footer. So once you have given the footer information, the same way it will be available in throughout all the pages. So you can see it is there in the first page, it is there in the second, third pages as well. So whatever information you want to put it in all the pages, like heading or something if you want to give, then you can go for header. If I want to insert some page numbers or some information which I want to place it at the end of the page, then I can choose footer. If I want to insert page number in my document, I can click insert tab, then I have to click page number. In the page number, there are different options are there: top of the page, bottom of the page margins, current position, then format page numbers. So I am choosing the option bottom of the page, that is page number I am choosing, and that I am putting bottom of the page, then I am putting the option of placing it in the middle. So the page number will be placed in the middle of each page. So this is about how we can insert page numbers in our document. Learners, we reach the end of the session. We have discussed about how to insert page header and footer information and all. We also discussed about how to do alignment of our content, how to do the spelling and grammar feature, how to use that feature and all. And if you want to break your content, if you want to break your page or something, then you can use insert page break option. So at the end of the session, what we have understood that how we can do the basic formatting of our content. without formatting, your document will be looking dull. So you want to make you want to beautify your document, so you should make it proper alignment. You should apply different colors to your content, and also you should apply some of the effects to your characters. So you can do the character formatting, you can do the paragraph formatting, also you can do the page formatting. Once you have done all the formatting, then your document will be very beautiful. So you can share it with others also. Then you will get a professional document which can be used by n number of persons. You might have seen the assignments which was prepared by National Institute of Open Schooling. Also, you might have seen the worksheets which we have developed. So we use the proper alignment, we use the proper styles to the content. The headings of the information will be in different header, which we use. Footer information also we will be having, page numbers also we will be inserting. Even the material which was developed by NAOS, we use the proper alignment. So you can see the materials, you can refer some of the magazines, newspapers. So whatever the styles they have applied to the particular content, the same styles you can try and do the practice of that, so that you will come to know how you can do that. So at the end, we have learnt about how to do the basic formatting of character, paragraph, and also we discussed about how we can split our content in columns, and we discussed about spelling and grammar feature, and we tried to do how to insert header and footer in our document. I hope you got a clear picture about how to do the basic formatting of your document. Thank you so much for watching.